Hello, everyone. This is Jim Okrasinski. Now that I've finished assessing Essay 1, I've completed grading all of the submissions at this time. I want to take a few minutes and talk about some of my comments. Some of them might confuse you exactly what I mean. So, what I want to really want to begin with here is looking at the actual assignment, right? So let's kind of go back to where we started from. So remember, the topic is literacy. So I'm looking for a role that literacy played through your life, experiences, literacy events, a bit of a reflective. What do you understand now that you didn't understand then about your literacy experience? And remember now, procrastination, for example, is not a literacy component. That shouldn't have been a part of your literacy narrative. Also, some people have taken some liberties talking about moving or talking about volleyball. Um, no, this is my assignment. And one thing that you have to be all aware of that um, writing to the assignment is in fact an understanding the instructions is a part of a college education. So I'm looking for the literacy narrative. So I ask you to essay into a part of your literacy life, past to present, exploring significant memories, experience, and observations. This essay is not a life story, but rather a narrow telling of how a literacy event has influenced your life so far. So, if I've written a comment like this is your essay is reading like a life story, then some people wrote about how they started out in grade school and then went to middle school and then high school. And then, if you were not transitioning from time frames, and it was, freshman year, sophomore year, senior year, and if I said a comment like it's reading like a life story, then it's just not what was asked for. So if you didn't grade well, like you, for example, if you received something in a C category or even in the low B category, and I made a comment about a life story, then this is your main reason why. All right. There might have been some other issues regarding the grading, but generally, if you give me a 5 paragraph life story like elementary school, middle school, and high school, you're probably going to get somewhere in the C to low B category, right? So I'm looking for you to connect to a public audience. They don't know exactly what you're talking about. So you should set the stage for the reader. Now it's kind of critical in many ways because a lot of students nowadays, when they want to write a narrative, everybody decides to write this really short introduction paragraph that's kind of like I call it foreshadowing. It might be a trope that you might have studied in high school, and that was a way to begin a narrative. That's what you were taught. So, this course, in a Rhet Comp course with a public audience, I ask you to set the stage. So, if you get a comment, something in this effect, like a minimal intro, I don't get a sense of where you're going, and by that I mean the specific focused event or experience. Remember, the opening sets the stage, providing the audience with a purpose, but also the writer instructioning the essay. So I'm going to comment on it. That was not the purpose of it. Your first paragraph, your introduction should just get to it. I want to know A, the 5W should be answered. What's the main point of your literacy narrative so that the rest of the story sets the stage for what's coming, right? So that is like the beginning part of it. If you have a comment in your essay about checking your document formatting, we have examples in the textbook, right? And we have examples in the textbook about how to set up a document. It's all there in even chapter 1, the essay basics. The examples that we looked at in the appendix, and that session was very important. That's basically illustrated to you how it should be set up. So your document should be set up that way. You should have page numbers, right? Also, if you have a comment here about a paragraph break or transition, shift in topic or scene, I had quite a few essays that were submitted as a narrative that were 1,000 words, no paragraph structure. Okay, so then I have to figure out where you're going to break the scene. It is your responsibility to provide some paragraph structure. I mean, this is a college level writing course, right? Also, I may ask for some smaller paragraphs to be joined together. That means it creates one solid paragraph with a very good topic sentence. Okay. So the big ones I'm sure everybody's probably looking at. I'm asking for specifics, details, and descriptions along with can you show me instead of telling me? By that I mean provide some specifics and examples to show the audience how and why your teacher made a difference if you're talking about a class, or show you how and why that particular individual made an impact. So, for example, if you're writing about a college, not a college, but a high school literature class and how you struggled in this one class and teacher made a difference is a common theme. One thing you want to take into consideration is you have to show me. Don't tell me you read a book or you wrote an assignment and it was great and it made a big difference. I want to know what the book was. I want to know what was different about the book. Why did it make you make a difference in your life? I want to know what the essay is. What was your assignment? What did you write? What was the feedback? If you talked about having to turn something into a teacher, I want to know what was the feedback? What were some of the strategies? Those are the details and descriptions and the specifics that show me what you went through, shows me what your book was all about, what the assignment was all about, what the teacher was all about. This is the depth of college writing, and I think it's critical that we begin to understand exactly that college writing is depth. It's not breadth. Your choice of words are critical. All right. I mentioned here about using well, I do get this quite a bit. I mean, high school, the word high school is two words, high school, unless it's not capitalized, unless it is part of Carl Sandburg High School, then it would be capitalized because it's a proper noun. Understanding, I get many essays with improper capitalization. We can work on sentence boundaries and grammar. That's something that I expect to work through the course of a freshman, Com 101 course. I got that. All right. But the idea here is proper nouns need to be capitalized. I's need to be capitalized. We don't entertain this. If you're looking to get an A, if you're looking to do well on an essay, if you're not capitalizing or formatting or explaining in depth, then you're probably not going to achieve that A, right? You're not going to earn enough of points. So the idea here is you have to show me instead of telling me. Okay. Look at, proof your paper, make sure your capitalizations are correct, right? Want to make sure that your openings match exactly what was asked for in the assignment, and make sure, please, that you always follow the assignment. I will grade you according to that assignment. So if you gave me a life history, I want you to think about how you can narrow your experience, because I do ask for a narrow telling. So the idea here is how you can get into those details and descriptions. All right, over the coming weeks, I will explain a little bit more. We will get into the revision process toward the end of the course. I will probably put out another video much like this for the summary essay, and I'll begin to introduce everybody to the idea of the review, okay, and also the idea of revising and looking at the revision plan that's in the textbook. All right. All right, so I hope this kind of explains some of my reasoning and comments to everybody about the assessment. Really take a close look at what you wrote and what you uploaded. The comments should point you in the right direction. If you have any questions, issues, please send me an email and be specific in your requests. Right? All right. Good luck.